Aloha from the Father Bay Athletic Center on the campus of Iolani School in Honolulu, Hawaii. Iolani Live is proud to present the Iolani Prep Basketball Classic Girls Tournament Semifinal Game number 2 between Mater Dei High School from Santa Ana, California, and your host team, the Iolani Raiders. And right now, let's go to public address announcer Kyle Miyamoto for the starting lineups.
Also for the safety of our student athletes, photography is not permitted during gameplay. Mahalo for your cooperation. Here are your starting lineups. Beginning first with the visiting Mater Dei Monarchs. At forward, 6'1" junior, number 15, Iolani Prep. And guard, 5'5" freshman, number 11, Kaya Elizalde.
Hello everybody, I'm John Tamanaha alongside Dean Shimamoto, and a few minutes ago we watched South Medford from Oregon and St. Mary's from Stockton, California go toe-to-toe in the first semifinal, with St. Mary's prevailing 62-45. They advance to tomorrow night's championship final of this Iolani Classic Girls Tournament versus the winner of this game. Coach Dean Shimamoto, last night we saw our first look at the Mater Dei Monarchs. What were your thoughts?
Athletic, physical, well coached, and they keep coming. That's one of the greatest things about them. They just keep coming. They post hard. They board hard. They push transition. They get after you on defense. They change defenses. They pick you up in full, in half. They do a little bit of everything, and they don't stop.
And here we go, Brooke Dimitri battling Kylie Young for the tip. Monarchs control. This is Kaya Elizalde. You'll hear her name a lot. She is a freshman point guard extraordinaire. Stolen away by Jovi Lefortu. She's going up against Kaya. Knocked away. Joe Huntemer's Lily Wahine-Kapu, her high arching three-pointer. Elizalde over to Frescas. Inside to Hermosa, but it's knocked away, and here's Wahine-Kapu.
You got to imagine that Mater Dei is going to try and pound the inside against the much smaller Raiders, but thus far the Raiders have been really scrappy.
Let's see if they can get on the scoreboard first. Here's Kira Tanabe. Leofotu driving against Mosa. And here come the Monarchs. Lots of red, black, and white on the court here tonight. Stolen away by Wahine Kapu. Up ahead to Tanabe. Up further ahead to Huntamer. There you go. Iolani Raiders lead it 2-0 to the delight of this home crowd here, particularly to our right. 30-second timeout.
Saw an uncharacteristic zone there by the Raiders. They came out of 2-3. They're mainly a man-to-man type team, and they played that all through the ILH season and through this preseason, and they went zone there. Might have caused some problems. They're able to get some hands on balls and get a nice run out for an easy finish.
The Mater Dei coaches have been monitoring the Raiders.
Yeah, they've actually seen. I was noting that to Coach Dean Young that Mater Dei has seen them play in person more times than Iolani has seen Mater Dei.
Here come the Monarchs. Elisaldez, Frescas, Dimitri. To Frescas. She was her jumper, but she got hit. She'll go to the line for 2. Alyssa Frescas, who has received an offer from the University of Hawaii coaches, are seated to our left.
Frescas can really shoot it. She can really shoot it. And when you have number 11, Elisandez, coming down and getting out in transition, Frescas hunts that corner. You see that a lot in the NBA. They hunt that short corner 3, and Frescas, every time in transition, you'll see her run to that corner, wait for that kick.
If those 2 foul shots are any indication in her performance last night, yes, an elite shooter. 2-2. Here's Kylie Young. Changes directions on Dimitri and scores off the window.
This is the type of atmosphere that you want in a high school game. Loud cheers, great energy.
Frescas. Her 3-pointer's off the mark. Ball on the ground. Amosa's got it, but taken away by Lefotu. Up ahead to Tanabe. Back to Lefotu. Joe Huntermer for 3. Wahine Kapu swoops in amidst a bunch of Monarchs for the rebound. Another chance for the Raiders here. 9 on the shot clock. Lefotu can't get it up toward the basket over Mosa.
Just 6 seconds left on the shot clock, so the Raiders are going to have to get into action quickly, and that's a tall order against a tall team.
Jovi Lefotu, 3-pointer from the top of the key, nothing but net.
You saw her on her first 3 touches go hard to the basket and had to deal with the size and athleticism. This time she shot the 3 and got it to go down.
Size and athleticism at the other end as Brooke Dimitri converts for the Monarchs. Joe Huntamer, open lane to the basket, left-handed layup. 9-4 Raiders. Meali Amosa spins in the lane, nice off the glass with the left hand.
Amosa is no joke down there in the post, but you saw her catch that in the high post, make a move, spin move, great control, lefty finish.
Tanabe driving, kick out to Huntamer. And here come the Monarchs. Mosa down the lane. Dimitri gathers the rebound. Turnover for the Monarchs, and here comes Jovi Lefotu. And she's bumped into by Frescas.
Really difficult to tell at this point which team the pace favors. The Raiders like to get up and down. They like to be stretched out so that they can get drive opportunities in 3s, but at the same note, Mater Dei's really athletic.
Wahine Kapu's three-pointer off the mark. Ayana Johnson into the game for Mosa for Mater Dei. Alexandra Huntemer guarding Dimitri into the game for the Raiders. That ball's knocked away. Another turnover by Mater Dei. Tanabe's three-pointer. Here come the Monarchs in transition. They'll leave it for Kaya Eli Saldez. There's a three-pointer by Anna Bradley to tie it all up at 9. Wakine Kapu kicks it out to her sister, and Jovi Lefotu hits another three-pointer. She's got 6 on a pair of threes. Bradley tries to do it again, and she does. She's got a pair of threes from the same spot. 12-12.
This is some high-level, high-quality basketball. Great passing, great shooting, able to finish.
Joe Huntemer with it. Finds Tanabe. Tanabe down to Alexandra Huntemer. She goes under the basket and lays it up and in on the reverse. Raiders up by 2. And they've got another shot here after the rebound by Lefotu. Jovi, can she do it again? She can! Jovi Lefotu, Wahine Kapu, 3 for 3 from 3.
As accurate as she is from out there, and she's going up and knocking them down, she's also getting great passes. Joe Huntemer on that one, Lily on the last one.
Bradley tries to match her and does! Oh my, welcome to the Iolani Classic, people. Raiders with it, leading by a bucket. But maybe we should describe buckets in threes. Tanabe in the lane. That won't fall for her. Crowd takes a breath here. Maybe only for a little while. Elizalde directing traffic. There's an errant pass, knocked out of bounds by Kira Tanabe.
You see these teams going back and forth, and at that time, while they're trading basket for basket, there was just one senior on the floor that entire time.
Lonnie White into the game for Anna Bradley, who Raider fans and Raider coaches would like to see on the bench. Coach Dean, we've got a third member of our commentary crew. That's senior Kennedy Chu of the class of 2020. He's down on the floor and did some research about Mater Dei's impressive athletic history. Kennedy?
Yeah, definitely. Some famous alumni include Heisman winner Matt Leinart, the lefty out of Southern California. Also,
got some technical difficulties.
Matt Barkley, also from Mater Dei. Also a USC quarterback
Kennedy.
and also a Heisman candidate, a Heisman winner actually.
Timeout break.
And
the next one.
And I'm a local boy back.
101 to go
I think a couple of years ago. He played for my uncle Kelly Grant at Marino. Justice Suing, you might know him from his dad, UH legend.
Back on Christmas vacation. There was a scrum down there, but the Raiders come away with it. Haley Ann Ota into the game for Iolani. Huntemer's three, it's a little short. That was Alexandra Huntemer.
Raiders are getting good looks every possession, and they're going to have to knock some down to stay in this because it's likely that Mater Dei is going to get some great looks themselves.
Frescas, no good, but Dimitri with the rebound and put back. Brooke Dimitri. Intercepted and saved by Anya Johnson, but not enough time for her to get a shot off. And seems fair. It's all tied up at 17 after 8 minutes, Coach.
People had asked me prior to this game whether or not I thought, I guess, in my opinion, whether or not our Raiders had a chance at winning this game. And my answer was, if they shoot well, they're able to scrap and neutralize the inside presence of Mater Dei, then they can hang around. But the worry always is that when you constantly have to go up against athleticism and physicality and bigger opponents that you have to lean on just to hold your ground, it tends to wear. So it's going to be a big thing to see how well these Raiders hold up to this wear and tear, hold up to the physicality, the constant running, the constant banging, and how good of a job their short bench does, because they're going to have to be used. They can't keep going against these guys, these girls with 7 or 6.
Start of the second quarter. Leifotu has her three-pointer blocked. Monarchs are ready for that.
Clear directive coming from the coaching staff, I'm sure. Don't leave 21 open.
Huge pick set toward the top of the key by Dimitri leads to a bucket for the Monarchs. They take the lead. Kapu and Huntemer keep passing back and forth, and that ends up in a turnover.
Mater Dei switching into a zone there. That's what they do, though. They cause that confusion and force you to run the right thing at the right time and make all the right decisions.
All knocked away. Here's Tanabe with it. Jung challenging Dimitri. Step back. And Kaya Elizalde almost has her pocket picked by Joe Huntemer. Lonnie White into the game for Mater Dei. Dimitri gets tied up by Lily Kapu. Monarchs will retain on the alternating possession.
Raiders do an incredible job. When the ball comes down, it's theirs. If it gets below their head height, they're touching it.
That's great. Johnson gets the rebound off her own miss and converts. Ayana Johnson, 5'11" junior. Here's Tanabe, that's an open three, but it goes long. Here's Johnson with it. Frescas off the front of the rim. Huntemer ahead to Tanabe, but she can't run that one down. Monarchs up 4. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Thank you for joining us, especially our friends in California. Alyssa Frescas fakes the three, drives, kicks it out. Huntemer with the interception. She'll pass it back to Tanabe. She'll lay it up and in with the right hand.
Joe Huntemer plays with such great poise, control, has a great understanding of where people are and was able to find Tanabe after that spin.
Joe Huntemer's sister, Alexandra, knocks the ball out of bounds. Nice hustle play.
So cool that those two get to play together. They have totally different games and they complement each other.
And they are twins. Mosa in the lane, spins. Can't get that one to fall. And Alexandra Huntemer plays a part in the Raiders getting the ball here. Looking to tie or possibly take the lead.
Mater Dei picking up at half court, showing a different look. They have a 2-1-2 half court zone trap.
Kylie Young from the far corner, three-pointer. Kylie Young, she's got 5, the only senior on the Iolani squad. And Mosa has it knocked away. Hunter up ahead to Wahine Kapu. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for the and one.
Lily Wahine Kapu with the off-legged finish and one. But that all started with another strip. Ball came down from Mater Dei. Lily touched it, got it out, ran the break, great pass. Off-legged contested finish.
Lily's sister Jovi Lefotu comes into the game, giving Kylie Young a rest. Lily cannot complete the three-point play, but the Raiders lead it by 3. Anna Bradley along the baseline. She gets tied up. Huntemer forces the turnover. And Wahine Kapu loses the handle.
There's some points here where when the Raiders make a good play on defense, because they expend so much energy, they're going to have to conserve a little bit on the offensive end, maybe pull it out, be a little bit more patient, and then attack a little later in the clock so you get a few seconds of extra rest.
Mosa, cross-court pass to Frescas. Her long three is a bit short. Mosa gets the rebound, but it rolls out of bounds and goes to Iolani.
What we saw out of Frescas yesterday was a lot of transition threes. She was hunting that corner. She was getting there. She was getting easy kicks and open looks. But today, you see her about 3-4 feet off the line, taking a little deeper shots.
Alexandra Huntemer was alone underneath, but does not finish. Here come the Monarchs looking to cut into the Raider lead. Anna Bradley with it. This is Mosa. She's fouled going up.
What a find by Joe Huntemer to find her sister under the basket, but it almost was those too open scenarios. I'm too open. You think about it a little too much. I've been there.
Yep.
Every basketball player's been there.
Mea Ali'i Mosa hits the first. 6'1" junior.
I love Amosa's game. She gets down in the post. She posts hard every time. She has great feet and a soft touch.
And hits the second. Kamehameha-Kapalama knows that. Mosa got 15 points on them yesterday in a 65-30 victory. Ota cross court to Lefotu. She's inside the arc. Monarchs have numbers here, but Elizalde only needs to do it herself with the left hand. Huntemer runs into a wall, and that's a Raider turnover. Foul called. Mater Dei will have it out of bounds.
Raiders are getting caught in transition. Mater Dei is getting stopped. There's some missed shots and getting runouts, but the Raiders are getting caught a little too much in the backcourt.
Brooke Dimitri from beyond the arc. That is her skill set all the way out there. She will be headed to Stanford.
Still just a junior, though.
Oh, she's committed, sorry. Young has her three-point attempt blocked, but the Raiders still with it. Shot clock winding down. Raiders don't know it.
As a coach, you would rather them get off a good shot. But, and even though it was a turnover because it was a shot clock violation, it wasn't what we call a live ball turnover. Live ball turnovers turn into transition opportunities, and that was a dead ball turnover, which isn't quite as bad.
Interesting point. Anna Bradley's three-point attempt is long. Leofotu all the way down the lane.
That's the second time we saw that. The seas parted and the attacker made their way all the way to the rim.
Yeah, first time it was Joe Huntemer. Johnson's fouled going up. She'll go to the line. Fourth team foul on the Raiders. Number 5 into the game for Mater Dei, Jordan Griggs, 6'1" freshman. Brianna Johnson hits 1 of 2. Mater Dei leading it by 3.
Mater Dei switching up again to a little more of a classic 2-3 zone.
Young, Tanabe, Huntemer. Young, she hit one before from there. That one rattled in and out. Elizalde. She turns the corner, gets to the glass, and that one falls for her.
Just a freshman, yet so savvy. So smooth going to the rim, and she still has great vision also.
Joe Huntemer launches into a 3. It went off the glass, in and out. Wahine Kapus had 2 stabs at it. She'll get 2 shots at the line.
You wonder how it is that at her size she's getting in there, and I believe that's at least her second offensive rebound amongst the trees.
Yeah. Lily's on the volleyball team as well. Got some of those springs.
She was a part of that state championship team a year ago.
Converts. Raiders down 3. Dimitri in the lane, nothing but net. She's got 7.
Another what I call you can't do anything about that type of shot.
Yeah, 6'3" with that kind of skill. Leofotu go to the line with the and 1.
That shot was created by the ball movement. Found the short corner, found the dive from the high post to the low post, and 1 good finish.
Ball shot doesn't go for Joey. Elizalde take it out to Griggs. Ball out of bounds. We will have some collaboration here. And It'll still be with Mater Dei. Saldez will have to go the long route to Johnson. Shot clock and second period clock are nearly identical.
Look at the anticipation by Wahine Kapu. Big stop here needed for the Raiders.
Dimitri, that one rattled around. Lefotu's got it. And that'll be it at halftime. Mater Dei leads Iolani 33-30. And they'll set up for the three-point shooting contest. See if your quick thoughts on that first half, Coach? Well, hold up. We'll actually see if we can get a word with. Let's go down to Kennedy Chu, class of 20, who's with head coach Dean Young, class of 89.
Coach Dean, great game so far. How are you gonna only down 3 to the number 20th team in the nation? How does that feel?
Oh, great. I mean, the girls are playing hard, working together. I'm really happy with the score right now. Just want to stay in striking distance, so really happy.
And you guys are winning the turnover battle, only with the zone defense.
Well, you know, one of the keys for us was to handle the pressure. You can see the different type of traps, different type of defenses they're throwing at us. You know, the key is we're moving the ball. We're spaced out properly. We're moving the ball, and they ended the half in a zone, a regular zone, no trapping. So I think we must have handled the pressure pretty well. So I'm pretty happy.
All right, great game, Coach. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kennedy. As you see, the three-point contest is taking place. Kylie Young for Iolani and Frescas for Mater Dei. After every game here in the Girls Classic, each team sends a player out to compete in the three-point challenge. Derek Lowe, look who's running the game down here on the Iolani side.
That's some celebrity star power.
It's pretty cool if you got Derek Lowe feeding the ball to you in a three-point challenge.
I believe Derek Lowe was a three-point contest champion in one of his overseas stops, perhaps in Lithuania or Israel.
Don't tell Kylie Young that. It might add to the pressure of this this contest.
Kylie plays along with Jovi Lefotu and Lily Wahine Kapu on Derek's club team, Proformance Hawaii.
We should mention that Coach Dean Young is the son of Coach Glenn Young. And if you joined us for the first game, we talked a bit about the history of the Classic and the Boys Classic and going to a tournament in Las Vegas and not doing so well and coming back and bringing that idea. Interesting that was a celebrated team that his father had. Now, Dean Young has a celebrated team, the defending state champions. They're coming back. They are missing a really important piece to that, Taylor Wu, who's at Cal Baptist lighting it up, and Kawai Kahalihoi. But got a bulk of the team back. They're top ranked. Rankings mean absolutely nothing at this point, but you know, they're perceived to be the favorite to win the championship. And the games so far here on the island have not been as competitive as maybe a coach would like, getting ready for a season. We are into the season, but facing this kind of team like Mater Dei, you know, it's kind of like going to Vegas, but we're still at home, you know, for the son of Glenn Young. It's kind of an interesting kind of comparison.
Yeah, they brought the talent here, and all of these types of things, all these experiences that these teams are getting, yeah, they're not going to play anyone in their league or in the state that are of this caliber. You know, the Raiders are not going to see this come HHSAA state tournament time. They're not going to see a 6'3" Stanford commit shooting a 3 over you or turning around and shooting a jumper. But on the same note, they're not going to see, on the defensive end, this type of length. You're not going to see teams cover ground this quickly or turn transition and get out and get an easy shot. So what that turns into during the year and what that turns into during the meaningful games for them is a point of reference. And that point of reference is, hey, we're playing against a press. Is this press as good as St. Mary's? Is this zone as good as Mater Dei? Is this player as good as Brooke Dimitri? And in every case, the answer is going to be no. So it's a great confidence builder. It's a great point of reference. It gives these kids an opportunity to work against the best and see where they stand up, and then to reapply it again in a meaningful game, which may mean a league or a state championship.
So that means like when a team or a particular player is reaching a challenge, might be during a game, at a timeout, or in a team meeting, you as a coach remind them of those things.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The expectation here for the Iolani Raiders is not to go win a national championship. Their job is to come out and do the best they can and try and knock off a team like this. But that's not their goal. Their goal is not to win a national championship. Their goal is to win a state championship. And every one of these experiences helps them to become better players, helps them to become a better team, and ultimately puts them on a better path to reaching that goal of a COA trophy.
Yeah, and in tomorrow's game, whether it be in the third place game or the championship, they'll either play South Medford or St. Mary's, so they'll have yet another experience against a quality team, and they'll grow from that.
Yeah, preseason. Well, it's a weird thing, right? Because the regular season has technically already started. They're a couple games in. So, I mean, they played the number 3 ranked team in Kamehameha already and had a pretty wide margin of victory. So they're playing this team in Mater Dei, and it really doesn't matter. As far as their goal of winning a state championship, it doesn't matter for us from a standings point. But it does matter as far as late season performances and mid-season development. So this is a good game. And let me not forget
Okay.
all the technicals, all the things that we're talking about, getting better, improving, playing against zones and presses and good defense and all that stuff. This is fun.
Yep.
Fun. Great memories.
Yeah.
They're going to remember playing against the girl that signed with Stanford as a junior, hitting shots over them, stopping them, stripping them, doing all these great things. I know there's tons of players, especially having gone up against future, current, former NBA guys, and they remember the time that
they got posterized.
Yeah, maybe they got dunked on.
But they want that.
But it was a moment.
Yeah.
It was a moment. They're watching that guy and said, hey, I played against him, and he's on the Knicks. RJ Barrett's on the Knicks.
Yeah.
And we had kids from Hawaii playing against them. Yeah, did our Iolani team, coached by myself, beat them? No. But we held RJ Barrett to 32 points. And Montverde, the number 1 team in the country, to, I think, under 100. So no one's going to remember that part.
Well, what we do remember is, it was Oak Hill or Mount Verde or something, but I think your team led 13-11 and this place was going crazy in the first quarter,
Oh,
something of that nature. And
the things that you remember.
Times.
No, it's rocking in here.
Yeah.
It's rocking, this small school, small gym atmosphere where you're right on top of the players. Your friends are cheering for you. These are your classmates. These are not just fans of the program that you see in college. These are your classmates. These are your friends. These are the people you see every day in school, and they know what you're up against. But every basket is nearly a game winner, feeling like. And that atmosphere is unforgettable.
So before the game, Coach Dean, you were asked if the Raiders had a chance and they had to shoot well. They shot well. Jovile Fotu in particular. At halftime, they're down 3. Now what? Same question. We have more information.
More or less the same answer, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the hope is that they can hit shots, and they did. They took care of the ball. They were scrappy defensively. They limited the easy looks on the inside. As much as Mater Dei probably wanted to pound the post, they weren't able to get that many opportunities in the post around the rim other than offensive rebounds. And while you would like to keep them off the boards entirely, the amount that they gave up was accessible. It wasn't excessive. If at any point anything becomes excessive, whether it's turnovers, missed shots, or offensive rebounds and putbacks, then you're in big trouble. But nothing was excessive. So in the same vein that I talked about earlier, what it's going to come down to in this half is whether or not we have enough left in the tank. And it may not be this obvious drop-off, but sometimes when fatigue sets in, the fatigue can go from 80% to 70%, but that 10% drop accounts for quite a bit in your legs. So the shots that are falling earlier may not fall. So we're hoping that fatigue is not as much of a factor. But these girls are conditioned. They're used to playing nearly Ironman basketball out here.
We shall see. Here we go with the third quarter. Kylie Young down the lane. Runs into Mosa. Raiders still with it. This is Tanabe. Young. Lefotu. All perimeter passes here for the Raiders. Joe Huntemer is alone. That one goes in and out and back in again.
You saw that relieved face on Joe Huntemer's face because she had 2 similar looks earlier in the game that were just as open. And this time she knocked it down, even though it rolled around quite a bit.
Elizalde probes the lane. She got fouled and will go to the line. It's good to see Anna Bradley out there. She had 3 3-pointers in the first half, and she left yesterday's game with an injury. Got some treatment on the bench.
That was one of the best stretches that I've seen in a Iolani Girls Classic.
Yeah, that was
back and forth and back and forth. Great basketball, great ball movement.
That was Hagler Hearns, if people understand that reference. They were
Yeah, one shot
punches,
after another.
Both sides.
In about 4 possessions, Mater Dei has played their 3rd different defense.
Raiders trying to unlock that. They'll try the Wahine Kapu long 3. Tanabe gets the reset with the rebound, 20 seconds. Down to 15. Huntemer. Shot clock down to 3. Young forces it up. And it'll go over to Mater Dei. Monarchs lead it by 2. And now 5. Alyssa Frescas with a 3. What happened there, Coach? I was looking down.
Errant pass, trying to get it up the floor. Sisters weren't able to connect on that one, but you saw the shot that Frescas took. In the first half, she was taking the deeper threes from different spots. That one was the driving kick. From the corner.
Yeah.
From the corner. Second shot from the corner in a row. Balanced, leaning forward. The type of shot that you want.
So in a matter of seconds, elite shooter Alyssa Frescas puts the Monarchs up 8. Wahine Kapu with a putback off the glass, cuts it to 6.
Another offensive rebound for Wahine Kapu.
Yeah. Bradley from 17 feet. But Dimitri tracks that one down. And they swing it around. Bradley's got it again. Dimitri, three-pointer, short. There's Lefotu bringing it into the attacking zone. She gets past Dimitri, puts it up and in, off the window.
Quick little hezzy, gave her the head fake, froze Dimitri, took her straight to the rack.
Anna Bradley, rebound, Kira Tanabe. Raiders down 4. Tanabe, open look for 3, and she buries it.
Fatigue? Who was talking about fatigue?
1 point game here. 4:20 to go, third quarter. Dimitri bounce pass into Almosa, and she finishes. Quick timeout there. 30-second timeout called by Coach Kevin Kiernan.
Wahine Kapu got caught down there. They call that the mouse in the house.
Mouse in the house.
Mouse in the house, where you find a mismatch, big on a little. She did a nice job early in that possession, pushing her off the block, making her catch it a little farther away from the basket. Then big Amosa wanted to catch it. Then she reposted, got inside on the block, simple turn, drop step, easy bucket. But again, that's a hard thing to do. Wahine Kapu's giving up size and some weight to Amosa, so to keep leaning on her their entire possession is not an easy thing to do.
4:10 to go, third quarter. Raiders trail by 3.
New defense again, full court man.
Wahine Kapu, open look for 3. That one goes for her. 43-43, people.
The thing with the press is that if you don't get a stop, you don't get a turnover, for a team like Iolani, it just opens up the floor.
You're getting these open looks down there.
The size gets negated when the floor is that wide open and there's that much space.
Dimitri. But Anya Johnson with the putback. Wahine Kapu gets her own rebound. Slides out of bounds. She got shoved. Frescas called for that foul.
Coach Dean Young in a tough predicament. The team is playing great, the players are playing great, and some of them are looking a little winded, but you can't take them out. You know, it's a tough situation for a coach to figure out what to do, because they're playing well. But something like this really helps. It's a short break, but it's a break. It's almost like a 30-second.
Lefotu with it. Huntemer. Back to Jovi. Wahine Kapu fouled, well, on the drive. Ball out of bounds. That was a foul on foul on Brooke Dimitri. Lefotu was attacking Dimitri, but the blocking foul will be called on Johnson.
This is just what the Raiders needed. A long possession, 2 fouls, standing breaks, a little bit of extra rest.
Into the game, Young and Ota. So resting will be Luli Wahine-Kapu and Alexandra Huntemer. Lefotu hits both free throws. I have her unofficially with 17 of Iolani's 45 points. Cross-court pass to White. Into Dimitri. Kick out to Johnson. 3-pointer no good, but second chance here for the Monarchs, but no, it's batted away by the Raiders. Tanabe. Yeah. Ota. Tanabe. Ota in that far corner. 12 on the shot clock. 8. Ota to Young. And an air ball by Young, but cleaned up by Huntemer.
Joe Huntemer, so heady, always knows what's going on. High basketball IQ.
Dimitri misses on this end. And here come the Raiders up a pair. Lefotu could not get that one to fall. To the agony of the Raider fans down there on the Diamond Head side. Lonnie White, hard drive to the basket. Joe Huntemer collects the rebound. Another chance here for the Raiders as we approach 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Joe Huntemer, long three, off the front, off the backboard, and no good. Up ahead for White, but that pass is too far. Alexandra Huntemer and Lili Wahine-Kapu back into the game for the Raiders.
Coach Dean Young's doing a really exceptional job with the substitutions. Keep them as fresh as they possibly can.
40 seconds to go in the third. As Alexandra Huntemer drives the lane and puts one in. Put the Raiders up 4 with 30 to go here in the third quarter. Defense, the chant by the Raider Nation to our right. Mosa looking for Dimitri down low, can't get it to her. Frescas for 3, and she puts her finger to her mouth.
Looks like she found the range this half.
Lili Wahine-Kapu will go to the line to shoot 2 with 2.3 to go in the third. Into the game, Abby Tanaka for the first time. Freshman, one of 2 freshmen on the team.
This is a big moment for the Raiders. Lili Wahine-Kapu out of the game. Jovi Lefoto out of the game.
Book Dimitri.
Huntemer twins.
Cast it up, and it is short. So after 3 quarters of play, Iolani leads it 51-48 over Mater Dei from Santa Ana, California. Ranked number 18 in the USA Today, Super 25. Exciting times here in the lower gym.
Oh, yeah. Mater Dei's getting everything they can handle. And then some. They're down 51-48 to the host Raiders, who are playing incredible basketball. We talked about fatigue a little bit, but they're playing at a really nice pace here, where they're getting an opportunity to rest sometimes. They're getting to the free throw line, which is the best time to rest. Coach Young is doing an exceptional job subbing them in and out.
8 minutes to go, or at least 8 minutes. We keep talking about Mater Dei. Here are some of the specifics. 12 straight Trinity League championships. They have an active 86-game winning streak in Trinity League play. 4 CIF titles, 6 Southern California Regional Championships, 3 state titles, 2 national titles. Mater Dei Monarchs girls basketball. There's a Mosa from point blank range.
That's what Mater Dei wants right out to start the 4th quarter. Inside, easy bucket.
Stolen away by Johnson. She gets it up and in. So 2 layups by the Monarchs, and now they take a 52-51 lead. Wahine Kapu. Monarchs with the rebound. This is Johnson. Elizaldez. Dimitri's pass knocked away. Raiders with it.
Fortunate to get a hand there, because that was an easy layup if the ball got through.
Lili Wahine Kapu. This is Kira Tanabe. 3-pointer won't fall. Kaya Elizaldez. She misses on the other end, and we're back down here, but knocked away out of Huntermer's hands by Dimitri. Elizaldez to Frescas, back to Elizaldez, 15 on the shot clock. Johnson versus Wahine Kapu. Frescas probably needs to shoot at 3 on the clock. Lofts up a 3-pointer. And Amosa is there to grab the air ball and put it in. You saw the Raiders thing happen down there a few minutes ago.
Yeah, Jovi Lefotu was working hard in there just to keep Amosa off the post, just when they thought they got to stop. Thought she could rest. Fortunate ball fell into her hands.
Wahine Kapu's 3-pointer won't fall, but the Raiders will have another chance. 20 on the resetted shot clock. Ball knocked out of bounds. Raiders will retain possession. Is Tanabe. Jung. Working hard against Frescas. Joe Huntermer, 3-pointer. Will not fall. Lid on the basket now for the Raiders. Knocked away by Lefotu. This is Ota. She's got Tanabe. And Jovi Lefotu for 3. Strong rebound by Elizalde. And she is fouled.
Raiders are getting good looks. Touches on defensive end. Finding their way into transition. Swinging the ball. Great looks. Gotta knock them down. Gotta be finishers to beat a team like Mater Dei.
Nice pass from Dimitri to Johnson. Another point-blank shot by the Monarchs. They've been getting good looks right under the basket. Raiders three-pointers. There's a difference there.
Yeah, you're looking at quality of opportunities. And while the Raiders have made them work most of this game, Mater Dei's been getting some easy opportunities on these last few times down the court. And the Raiders aren't getting bad shots. Their shots are okay. They're not of the same quality as Mater Dei's, but they were shots that were being made a quarter ago. So it wasn't like this is a first half thing and we were missing and now we're still missing. They're taking the same shots they were making a quarter ago. So,
but fatigue. I mean, you were a shooter back in the day. Is there a first quarter shot and then a fourth?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to attribute it to. Only because I thought fatigue would play a bigger role, I guess, in the third quarter, but it didn't. So maybe, again, it doesn't have to go down to empty. It can go down from three-quarter tank to half tank, and that affects your shot, especially when you're trying to pull it a little quicker with the defender a little closer, a little bit more pressure. In those scenarios, sometimes those shots just go short.
The Raiders have 9 on their roster. And Mater Dei running at about 15. We'll see how it turns out. We've got 4.5 to go. Mater Dei leading it by 5. Winner plays St. Mary's for the Iolani Classic Girls Tournament Championship tomorrow at 7 o'clock Hawaii time. Lile Wahine-Kapu high archer goes through the net.
I really like how shot ready Lili Wahine-Kapu was. She knew that kick was coming. Joe Huntemer found her, but she was shot ready to step right into it and pull it.
And then she comes up with a steal. Step and a half move off the glass. Won't go for her. Mater Dei up 2. Lefotu knocked that one away. Again, Raider hands are everywhere, bouncing these balls around on defense. Frescas from deep. That ball hit the shot clock. They saw that.
Frescas was feeling good for a while. She hit those 3 to open the half and decided to go with a little bit of a heat check shot there from pro range.
Heat check. Tanabe to Huntemer. Jung. Wahine-Kapu was a bit short.
A deep one right back there. At this point in the game, they want to attack a little earlier in the clock.
Dimitri's 3 off the mark, but Amosa's got it. Elizalde pass too tall for Amosa. Ball over to Iolani. 2:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. Fantastic game going on here in the semifinals. Kylie Young, it bounces in and she'll go to the line for the and 1.
Kylie Young is having a magnificent game for the Raiders. They're getting great production out of her. Not known as their top scorers. One of their top scorers with Lefotu and Wahine-Kapu and Huntemer out there, but she has been a workhorse her entire career at Iolani School, and she's showing it tonight, showing that that senior resolve, that senior experience.
And she completes the 3-point play. She's got 6. Sorry, she's got, I believe, unofficially 10. Timeout on the court. Raiders with 3 timeouts left. Mater Dei with 2. 1 point game here.
Raiders in great position. I mean, you can't ask for anything more. And down 1, up 1, excuse me, with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game. Is this something I expected? I thought it was possible, is my honest answer. I'd like to say, yeah, for sure. But I thought it was possible, and those things have gone right.
Yes.
You know, and Coach Dean Young has done a incredible job there, managing his timeouts, managing his substitutions. And these girls have been tough. Like I said before, you know, most teams would be fatigued playing this short a bench, but they've gotten great production out of people coming off that don't play a ton of minutes usually during the year, and their core players have been tough. And that you know what combats fatigue? Adrenaline.
Very true. Dimitri inside to Hermosa, back out to Johnson, who drives for another Mater Dei layup. And another timeout, 30-second timeout by Mater Dei coach Kieran. He changes it to a full. I mentioned Mater Dei's accolades in girls basketball. Iolani has 5 state titles, 1987, 89, 95, 96, and last year, 2019, in the state championships here in Hawaii, HHSAA, and 5 runner-up finishes. The most recent runner-up finish was in 2011, and we have assistant coaches on the bench, Sapphire Resentis, class of 12, and Abriana Johnson-Edwards, class of 13. And they were teammates with Kylie Maeda, who played at BYU for 4 years.
Who was
here.
Yeah, who was here helping put together the Iolani Classic.
Yeah, and she was running the 3-point contest, kind of like Derek Lowe. I saw her doing that yesterday, but remember that team well.
Right, who was the coach? Who was one of the coaches of that team?
Glenn Young.
Tournament founder.
Yeah. And they happened to run into a really good Konawaena program and team that year in the finals.
Perhaps one of the best players to come out of Hawaii, one of the best female players to come out of Hawaii.
Wahine Kapu on the baseline. Back out, spinning around to the other side. Hunterman will try. Wahine Kapu. Jumper short. Lonnie White with the rebound.
That had the makings of a spectacular possession. Thought they passed up maybe a few that they could have shot, but they were trying to find something better for a teammate. I think without a shot clock, they end up with a wide open 3 after maybe about 10 more seconds.
Dimitri puts on a move in the lane. Nothing but net.
Big possession here for the Raiders, down 3, minute 30.
Let's see what they come up with. Young, Wahine Kapu, looking inside, back to Young. Kylie found some space, thought she could get it to Huntermer, but that ball sails out of bounds.
That was one of those plays where, as a coach, you say, good idea. They just weren't on the same page at that point. She expected Joe Hunter would be out in the corner for that kick.
Elisaldez against Ota, down into Dimitri, working against Young. She lowers her shoulder, offensive foul. Just under a minute. Raiders with possession.
Kylie Young again. Those plays are the ones that don't go in the stat book. It doesn't say Kylie Young was guarding Brooke Dimitri and drawing a charge on a possession that they need.
Kira Tanabe. No good. Here comes Johnson. She's being hounded by Huntemer. Foul. Foul called on Huntemer. That is just the third team foul for Iolani. 36.6. And Coach Dean Young calls a 30-second timeout. So now you're down 3.
Yeah, well,
tell me about this, Coach.
What you just said, 3 team fouls, so that can be either really bad or really good. And in a 3-point game, what that allows Coach Dean Young and the Raiders to do is be really aggressive on defense. So in this scenario, they can come out and trap. They can swipe for balls. They can maybe catch an arm or two. And if it's not called and the ball goes bouncing off, then great. If it is called, then great too. The problem is if they get caught in a chase situation where the ball starts moving a little quicker than they're able to defend, then a lot of time will go off the clock, and then it's going to take a lot of fouls to get them to the free throw line. So you want them to be aggressive here and either get a steal or get a foul. There can't be any in between because too much time is going to come off the clock. So they can be aggressive here.
Well, here we go. 30 seconds to go. Elizalde with it. Johnson. Wahine Kapu pressuring. 20 seconds. Elizalde has a shot blocked by Huntemer. Here come the Raiders. Lefotu gives it to her sister. Loose ball. Held onto by the Monarchs with 2.1. Raiders could not get a shot off. Had to foul. 14 foul. Ball out of bounds. In the backcourt. 2.1 to go. Timeout called.
Yeah, what a defensive possession for the Raiders. All honesty, I completely forgot about the shot clock. I'm so not used to it being around, but they could play out the shot clock. But then it falls into that point where now you're behind in fouls, and with 2.1, it's going to take 3 fouls to get them into the bonus. So really their only opportunity here is to get a steal and a 3 in 2.1. So I'm expecting Mater Dei to somewhat heave it down the court a little bit, make sure they get a catch and a touch, but they just need to secure possession for Mater Dei to ride this one out. But man, what a great defensive stop there by the Raiders. It was exciting. People in the gym were standing.
Yeah, with that foul situation, they decided to defense, but then Elizalde got loose, but Joe Huntemer comes out of...
Yeah, got the block, turned the transition, got it up the floor, but, credit to Mater Dei. Scrambling in transition and covering the shooters.
Here we go, Dimitri's got it, pass back to Frescas, and that is it with the short buzzer. Mater Dei wins it 60-57, and they advance to tomorrow's championship game of the Iolani Classic. They will play St. Mary's of Stockton in an all-California final. The Raiders will play for 3rd place against South Medford of Medford, Oregon. That game will tip off at 5:30 p.m. Hawaii time. It's scheduled to. There's 2 games before that in the consolation bracket. Well, Coach Dean, we can take a couple deep breaths now that the game's over. Your thoughts?
I say we run it back.
Yeah.
in true basketball fashion. And look at these teams, though. Look at their rosters. It's junior, freshman, sophomore. And of the starters in the Mater Dei lineup, I mean, just one senior. So, I mean, man, when you see a great boxing match or now UFC and it's close and it's hard fought and guys are battling, it's going back and forth, man, you kind of just want to see it run back right again. We want the rematch.
Well, let's go down to Kennedy Chu and hear from one of the star players of tonight's game, Jovi Lefotu. Kennedy?
Jovi, great game today. What can we expect for the rest of the season?
We're just gonna try to come out with the same intensity that we did today, and work as a team to try to get away with the dub, I guess. I don't know.
Only down 3 to the number 20th team in the country. How does it feel?
Feels good competing with one of the best in the world. So I guess it just gives us a better confidence-wise to keep pushing.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kennedy. Great job by Jovi and many of her teammates, all of her teammates. And good job by Mater Dei. That was a game we won't soon forget.
Yeah, I mean, Mater Dei has got to walk out of this game, obviously happy that they won, but I mean, not too many times do you get a hard-fought battle and get the opportunity, from a coaching perspective, to get the opportunity to have to finish a game. You cannot mimic this in practice. Yeah. You cannot mimic the crowd or the situations that they're in or the calls being made or the fatigue. You can't do that in practice. So to get this in a preseason game or in a game that's leading up to maybe your season or a late season run, I mean, these are experiences that you reference. We talked about that earlier, about a reference point. But it was as beneficial for Mater Dei as it was for the Raiders. And you can kind of see a little bit of the crowd here, but there's a lot of smiling faces.
Yeah.
It feels like we just won that game, or the Raiders won that game. And because they know how hard they fought, what they did, and what they're going to be able to take from this.
You know what the good news is? 4 more games tomorrow, and 2 of them are Iolani versus South Medford, which I'm looking forward to seeing. And then after that, St. Mary's against Mater Dei, which will be fun.
Yeah, 2 special ones tomorrow. You can see, I mean, if anybody watched these 2 semifinals, it could be just the same tomorrow, right? I mean, Mater Dei playing St. Mary's in their style and going up against them, maybe the athleticism matchup is a little closer, but, I mean, these Raiders were so skilled. They were so tough. Very proud. They should be very proud of that performance. And again, they get to go up against South Medford. I mean, these are 4 good teams, and you put them in this mix of having to play each other, and you get great basketball.
This is Iolani's 13th time in the Classic. They are now 12-26 after this loss. They finished 4th 8 times. That's their highest finish. So tomorrow's game, to be 3rd place, is big. And we hope you join us for that. 5:30 Hawaii time. Championship game at 7. Iolani School's YouTube account, YouTube/Iolani School. And we will see you then. And so on behalf of the students, faculty, and staff of Iolani School, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight, especially if you were looking in from California, cheering on your Mater Dei Monarchs. And special thanks to head of school Timothy Cottrell, who was over there. I saw him enjoying this game, sitting next to a lot of familiar faces over there, for supporting these webcasts. And also gotta recognize our hardworking Iolani Live crew who worked this doubleheader. Manager of Media Services, producer, director, engineer Dane Kurihara. Bill Huang was the technical director. Devin Griffin over here to our right on the center camera did a great job. Also on the cameras, Tamsin Lin, John Sung down on the court, Morgan Wheeler, I see her there in the corner. Grace Faruta, she was down there as well. Chenny Yang in the control room working the audio. And Kennedy Chu, our sideline reporter. Thanks to everyone, and Director of Communications, Kathy Lee Chong, who oversees all of these Iolani Live productions. So for all of them and Dean Shimamoto, this is John Tamanaha saying good night, everybody, and aloha.